Hello, good evening, Tribuners. Welcome back with me, Mutiara, in Indonesia News Edition Februari 10, 2022. We will present you an interesting and updated information from every place in Indonesia. And here the complete news. The first news comes from Malang. A forger of fashion card in Malang was arrested by the police. Malang City Police managed that apprehend a man who was forger of fashion cards and identity documents. It is known that arrested perpetrator has the initial AA, with 27 years old, a resident from Bangkalan Madura, who is domiciled in the Sukun District, Malang City. The head of public relations of the Malang City Police, Ipda Eko Novianto, said the perpetrator was arrested on Friday at 4 February 2002 at around 21. During the examination, the perpetrator showed his ID card and driver's license. It turned out that the identity documents were completely different. Then, the perpetrator and their evidence were brought to the Gakum unit of the Malang City Police Satlantas. After being arrested, the perpetrator was asked for further information. So this perpetrator has worked for 3 years at the photocopying location, and according to the perpetrator's narrative, he received service for making an ID card that was duplicated according to the original. Not only that, the perpetrator can also issue a falsified fashion card, even though the buyer did not administer the fashion. Currently, the case is being handled by the Malang City Police Rescue for further investigation. And the next news is come from JAMBI. A fisherman in JAMBI found dead after seeing a fisherman from Kuala Tungkal Tanjabbar, who was previously reported to have drowned in the Tanjabtim area, has now been found by a joint team of Basarnas, Polairud, and the community of Wednesday. The police chief said that the victim was Herman, with the age 27 years old, a resident of Lorong Mufakat, RT7, Kampung Nelayan village, when he was found. The final position of victim. The final position of the victim brown in the middle of the base of the thorn or south of the white boyar. Currently, the victim has been evacuated and brought to Kuala Tungkal for burial. And the next news is Anies Baswedan electability is over than other candidates. Not Prabowo or Ganjar, Anies Baswedan is one of the figures chosen by the people of DKI in 2024 presidential election. DKI Jakarta Governor Anies Baswedan is the most chosen figure by the people of DKI Jakarta as a strong figure in the 2024 presidential election. Anies Baswedan's electability is superior to other figures, namely Prabowo Subianto and Ganjar Pranowo. The name Anies Baswedan is indeed busy being called a strong candidate in the upcoming 2024 presidential election. However, it is said that Anies Baswedan's step could not go smoothly due to party constraints. However, this did not reduce the interest of Anies supporters to encourage the number one person in Jakarta to run for office. Recently, the Populist Center Survey Institute noted that the people of DKI Jakarta mostly vote for Anies Baswedan if the presidential election was held today. Then, in a close question about the electability of the 10 figures chosen to be next president, Rafif said 34.8% of the people of Jakarta answered Anies Baswedan. Then Rafif continued the question of the electability simulation of the 3 figures who were chosen to be the next president. Populist Center conducted this survey in Jakarta from January 26 to February 1st, 2022 with a sample of respondents spread proportionally in 60 urban villages in Jakarta province. The data collection method in this survey was conducted through face-to-face interview with 600 respondents who were selected using a multi-stage random sampling method with a margin of error of around 4% and a confidence level of 95%. The next news is dozens of residents in Pelalawan, Riau are isolated due to the collapse of the bridge. The connecting bridge in Bangkalan Gondai village, Langgam District, Pelalawan Regency, Riau collapsed in the flood on Sunday. As a result, dozens of residents were isolated until Tuesday. According to the information obtained by Tribun the bridge made of wood connects the Mamahan Jaya Hamlet, Bangkalan Gondai village. The bridge is an access for residents across the Mamahan River and is the only connecting route between regions in the hamlet. As a result, dozens of families were isolated due to the collapse of the bridge. Acting Chief Executive of the Pelalawan Regional Disaster Management Agency, Rudianto, confirmed that a bridge collapsed in Mamahan Jaya Hamlet, Bangkalan Gondai. As many as 88 families living across the river were forced to be confined because the collapsed bridge was the only access to the village. Of course, the community's activities are disturbed. The next news is come from Bandung, a man hotel. The police are currently investigating the element of negligence in the death of a man from Pontianak who fell from the balcony of the third floor of the Butterfly Hotel, Cihideng Village, Parongpong District, West Bandung Regency. Previously, the man fell from the third floor due to the fact that the hotel's balcony floor was thought to be unable to withstand a heavy load, especially since the building materials were only block tiles, wood, plaster, and ceramics. Head of Criminal Investigation Unit of the Cisarua Police, AKP Asep Mulia, said that for the time being his party was still conducting an investigation and would invite the hotel manager and a number of witnesses for questioning. From the result of the examination of the witness and the hotel manager, said Asep, it will be known whether there was an element of negligence or not in the incident. As is known, the unfortunate incident that befell this man occurred on Monday. At that time, he fell to the second floor after falling from the third floor until he was seriously injured and died while receiving treatment at the hospital. The security guard at the Butterfly Hotel, Agus Saipudin, said, shortly after the incident, he heard the voice of a guest asking for help. Then after checking, the victim was already lying on the ground. Prior to the incident, said Agus, the victim and 5 members of his family stayed for 2 days. But on the second day, Sandy fell from the third floor due to the hotel's balcony for being thought to be unable to withstand a heavy load. The next news is 3 youth performers of violence in Palembang was arrested. Members of Unit 1 Subdit 3 Jatan Ras Polda Sumsel led by AKP Biladi Austin and Katim Ipda Kelvin Marley arrested 3 youths who were involved in violent armed violence in the area of Jalan AKBP Cek Agus. To be precise, the violent acts carried out by the 3 perpetrators occurred at the Simpang Golf gas station and went viral on social media. The incident was viral because it was rumored that they were part of a motorcycle gang that often traveled around Palembang City while carrying weapons to find targets to be robbed. After being arrested, the real facts were revealed that the perpetrators were not members of motorcycle gang, but a group of youths who were spending time together after hanging out in the Kuto Besak Fort area. Apart from Bintang, two other suspects, RP with the age 17 years old and RS with the age 17 years old, were also in the same group. They, MRK and RS, are still students at the upper secondary level. Bintang said that the incident, as viral on social media, began after he and his group of 7 people had just returned from hanging out from the BKB area. After that, they passed by on their motorbikes on Veteran and accidentally met a group of about 8 victims. After that, those group of victims managed to escape until they were no longer overtaken. However, as it turned out, they met again when they crossed AKBP Agus, to be precise, not far from the Simpang Golf Gas Station. Meanwhile, the head of Subdirektorat Perjatan Ras Polda Sumsel, Kompol Agus Prihandinika, said the 3 perpetrators were threatened with being charged under Article 170 of the Criminal Code. The next news is a student was arrested due to being a narcotic courier. The courier for 21 kilograms of methamphetamine was revealed by the Makassar Port Police, who turned out to be a student. He is AA, a student from Kendari City, Southeast Sulawesi. He was arrested by Makassar Port Police on February 4, 2022. Arya's arrest took place when he had just arrived aboard the Dharma Kencana from Tanjung Perak Harbor, Surabaya. The 21 kilograms of methamphetamine that he brought from Surabaya is planned to be transported by a cargo truck to be distributed in the South Sulawesi region. However, his efforts immediately failed when personnel from the Soekarno-Hatta Police were found. After the interrogation, Arya admitted that he had obtained the illicit goods in Surabaya from 3 of his friends, the initial A, B, R, and S, who are now registered as DPO. The reason is when they arrived, Arya's 3 friends left before the police arrived. This was disclosed by Inspector General of Police Nana Sujana when realizing the case at the Makassar Port Police headquarters at Tuesday afternoon. Arya continued Nana admit that he would deliver the illicit good to a man named Bintang who was at the Royal Spring apartment. Bintang was also arrested by officers thanks to Arya's confession. From the second confession, it was concluded that Arya, the student, acted as a courier while Bintang was strongly suspected of being a driver. He also promised to continue to explore the case to uncover the network. Previously, it was reported that the Makassar Port Police revealed a case of distributing 21 kilograms of crystal methamphetamine. The case was directly presented by the South Sulawesi Police Chief Inspector General Nana Sujana at the Makassar Port Police headquarters. Inspector General of Police Nana Sujana accompanied by Makassar Port Police Chief AKBP Yudi Frianto. There are 2 suspects who were also presented in the disclosure release. The last news is a police woman was arrested after becoming the wanted list by the Manado Police. First Brigadier Kristi Triwahyuni Cantika Sugiarto was finally arrested after his name was added to the Manado Police One list. Regarding the figure of Brigadier Kristi, her husband, First Brigadier Reynaldi Kamea, once revealed it. First Brigadier Kristi was reportedly arrested at a hotel in the Kemang area, South Jakarta, after being reported missing since November 15, 2021. The North Sulawesi Police have determined that Brigadier Christie has deserted or left his duties at the Manado Police for more than 30 consecutive days. The status of the DPO was issued by the Manado Police on January 31, 2002. Not yet finished with the case, social media was shocked by the circulation of a video that allegedly resembled First Brigadier Christie. Responding to this, her husband of First Brigadier Christie spoke up. When met by tribunmanado.co.id, the husband of Brigadier Christie, Brigadier Rinaldi Kamea, who is also a member of the police station at the Minahasa Police North Sulawesi, immediately dismissed the video that was linked to his wife. He said that his relationship with his wife was fine. Even he said, when his wife was on duty, he always asked for permission before going to work. The last time we communicated was in January, and he said that he was going to a friend's house to calm down, said the husband of First Brigadier Christie Sugiarto. Even so, he admitted that he knew the latest news about his wife's whereabouts and had communicated with his wife and plans to return to Manado. Regarding the status of the wife's desertion by the North Sulawesi Police, Brigadier Rinaldi said he was resigned and ready to support all process at the North Sulawesi Police. It is known First Brigadier Christie and First Brigadier Rinaldi are a married couple who have been married for 5 years. Their marriage was blessed with 2 children. They settled in Manado City with their parents and family. Well, that's all the news for today with me, Mutiara. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.